That's in tonight for sports. What's coming up?
Hard to believe that we're almost through August and looking at hockey season.
Well, we do that.
But it's going to be time to start thinking about the Blades. They're beginning training camp. More on that coming up in sports. Good evening, everyone. After a missed field goal was returned back by the Alouettes' Duron Carter on Saturday, the fuse was lit in Rider Nation. Some fans wanted kicker Chris Milo kicked off the roster. Well, today the Riders announced they have signed former Blue Bombers kicker Justin Pilardi, a move they say was in the works before the weekend. Lee Jones has more. Meanwhile, a surprise announcement out of CFL headquarters today. Mark Cohan, one of the longest-serving commissioners in league history, will not seek a third term. Cohan released a statement today saying his gut told him this opportunity was the right one 8 years ago and is now telling him to move on to a new challenge. Cohan helped the league grow from 8 teams to 9 while signing a lucrative TV deal with TSN. His contract ends in the spring of 2015. Meanwhile, here at home on the field, the Saskatoon Hilltops are preparing for this week's game against the Edmonton Huskies. After Sunday's loss against Regina, the team is feeling the pressure not to drop 2 in a row. Coach Tom Sargent says practice has been much more intense, with part of the focus being on eliminating mistakes. And he didn't rule out the possibility of some lineup changes this weekend.
But all our skill areas did not help us like they needed to. So we got a lot of work to do. We're challenging people to see. We're not sure who's going to start on Sunday yet. It's high competition. We'll figure it out by Sunday at 1.
We had the opportunities in that game and didn't capitalize on them, and we just really need to practice on finishing and getting in that end zone, and that's the main focus of this week.
To hockey, and a new era begins for the Saskatoon Blaze today as the team began its training camp schedule. A new coach, along with some fresh talent and some young draft picks, will try and turn things around for the blue and white. Players weighed in this afternoon with everyone trying on a Blades jersey, hoping to be wearing one come the regular season. Veterans Nelson Noje and Brett Stoven are back, along with some newcomers, including second-round draft pick Jake Kustra. Head coach Bob Wood says it'll take a little time for him to assess the skill level and get to know all the players, and is looking forward to hitting the ice.
We'll see him in practice situations, we'll see him in game situations, and we'll see him in off-ice situations. So we should get a pretty good feel of these guys. Again, it's going to take a little bit to get names straight and stuff, but you'd be surprised how quick that can happen.
I've been through this lots with my brother. He's been through the camps and stuff, so we know what it's all about. And just again, very excited to be out to my first WHL camp.
As we saw earlier, the TSN Craft Celebration Tour was in Prince Albert, and several Raiders were on hand for the festivities. The boys are excited to be back in PA and ready to turn the corner after last year's disappointing playoff sweep.
I think we're going to be good. I'm never going to go into the season with a negative attitude. Every year is a new year, so hopefully we do better than last year.
To the NHL, and a strange situation emerging out of the Todd Bertuzzi-Steve Moore case. One day after it appeared a settlement had been reached, the Moore family dropped a bombshell. Mark Moore told TSN he got a text message from his brother Steve Moore, who says there is no deal. Meantime, the Vancouver Canucks say a settlement has been reached. Bertuzzi attacked and injured Moore in a game in 2004, setting off a 10-year legal battle. The case had been scheduled to go to trial in September. In the majors, Jays and Brewers in an afternoon matchup. R.A. Dickey is 3-5 with a no decision in his last 9. Bottom of the 4th, Mark Reynolds smacks one to left field. Melky Cabrera trying to make the catch, slams up against the wall but can't hang on to it. 2-0 Brewers. Cabrera knows he had a chance on that one. In the top of the 5th, he gets a chance to redeem himself. This time he hits one deep to left, and Gerardo Parra has trouble with it. It goes over his glove. That brings home 1. Jays down by 1. In the 6th, a base hit into center field brings in Josh Tolley around the score. Game tied at 3 at that point. Later in the inning, Jose Reyes batting .333 in his last 10 games. He gets a key hit to right field. Munenori Kawasaki charges home. There's a play at the plate, but he beats the throw out by a hair. Top of 9, 7-5 Jays. Colby Rasmus hits his 15th home run of the year. This one off Will Smith. The Jays pull to within 4.5 games of the wild card with the victory.